Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video movie review. Today, we're going to be talking about Ghost in the Shell, the animated movie, not the 2017 version. I will, at some point, be watching that and pump out a review so we can kind of compare the two. But yeah, let's just kind of get into the nitty gritty. So, like I said, this movie came out in 1995, and when it burst on the scene, it was just a crazy kind of animated film. It really just kind of burst onto the scene with so much influence. It's such, like, clearly inspired, obviously, by Blade Runner, with the whole, like, theme of, like, cybernetic humans and, like, oh, are they full, like, robots or not, kind of paralleling, I guess, the replicants in Blade Runner. And it's funny enough, in one of the subtitles I was reading, they literally said the word replicant. So that just kind of, yeah, I know replicant's probably like just an actual word, that people use semi occasionally, but I was just like, oh, yeah, another kind of Blade Runner callback. First things first that I do want to get into about this movie is the animation. The animation is outstanding. Funny enough, I had to do this review again because I forgot to mention a very big and important part of the animation. The kind of effects that they have throughout the movie were just insane. In the opening scene, she does this like infiltration thing, shoots through the window, bursts through the window or whatever, and it's very smoothly well animated. But on top of that, like, she has this like camouflage like thing that completely masks her as she's like falling away, so that way they can't shoot at her. And the way, I don't know how they did it, but it was so cool. I don't think I've really ever seen something like that. Like, even today, like, I don't think I've seen something like that in animation. It looked really good. I mean, I guess you have like Miles's cloak in Into the Spider-Verse, but like for a movie that came out in 1995 when they were like still, I think, hand drawing stuff like this, like, I'm just baffled at how they were able to pull this off. They had like a bunch of 3D renderings and stuff that they would show like occasionally that were just like, it was kind of mind-boggling to me. There was this other scene in the movie. She was like scuba diving, and I don't know why this amazed me so much, but on her goggles, like scuba diving goggles, they had like the water droplets that would be on the goggles just kind of distorting things a little bit, and it was really cool. Yeah, so like those like special effects, I guess you would call them, throughout the animation just kind of floored me, because I didn't expect that from a movie that came out, in 1995, and like especially an animated movie. It's not really something I was expecting to encounter, because like I said, I haven't seen, at least in Japanese animation, I haven't seen anything like that at all. And another kind of note about the animation, it is very good and very smooth. Another highlight of the animation would be whenever there's like an explosion with like clouds and stuff, it's just so smoothly animated. Same with fight scenes, and just action in general is very well animated. I think the only low points is when characters will kind of be talking to each other, and to kind of save on budget or time or whatever, they would pretty much only have the character like lips move, so like the lip flaps, and it was just kind of weird and like didn't really look good. It was very noticeable as I was watching it, because like I said, this is just surrounded by incredible animation through and throughout. It's just, like I said, incredible. Music, I'm going to talk briefly about the music. It's there. It's not like in your face, but it does help set the tone of this kind of like I said, Blade Runner inspired world. And there's not a whole lot of highlights that I can remember, but it is very fitting for this and does its job just as well. Another kind of highlight, I guess, would be kind of just the character designs. The character designs are actually pretty solid for this movie, especially when they're kind of like in their cybernetic form and stuff like that, like when you can see kind of their cybernetic stuff. It's actually really cool and interesting. There's a cool little graphic that's kind of showing how their bodies kind of look with their cybernetic enhancements without like skin and stuff. I don't know, I think it's cool. The story it's all right. It does definitely keep you interested throughout. It's essentially, there is this hacker that is trying to get into the government and kind of override the ghosts, I guess. I don't exactly know what the ghosts are. I guess they're just a part of these cybernetic people. So like, yeah, it's weird. But it's just this completely like kind of cybernetic being, like not even like, I guess just this robotic being, I don't know, that's like hacking the government, trying to get his own body essentially. Just, yeah, it poses a lot of philosophical questions for the characters as well, because they're like cybernetic beings, but it's like they're not exactly sure if they are. It's like, oh, what if my memories has been implanted, or what if I'm not, human, or like this. It's like I said, kind of like Blade Runner. It's like the replicants. It's like, oh wait, you're telling me I'm not human? Like what? So it just presents a lot of interesting questions for the characters because of this plot, which I think is a good thing. I love when characters kind of have this inner turmoil because of the story. I think it's great. But yeah, I think I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I actually picked this up at my local like half price books with the manga video DVDs. Actually has a quote on the front from James Cameron, Titanic. He says, "A stunning work of speculative fiction, the first truly adult animation film to reach a level of literary and visual excellence." I don't know why I can't read. Yeah, so if James Cameron likes it, it's got to be good. I get, if you like James Cameron, you'll probably like it. But yeah, so I'm feeling a 4 out of 5 on this movie. Would I recommend it? I think I would. It's very visually interesting. I love going back and like watching influential movies or animated movies and stuff, just to kind of see like, oh, I can definitely see this influence here, and here from stuff that I've seen. Like for instance, I know one of the scenes inspired something in The Matrix, or generally I guess inspired stuff in The Matrix. So if you've seen The Matrix and like that, go watch Ghost in the Shell. But I guess that's gonna be all for this review. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.